Someone was visiting and saw my video about oiling this white jeans machine and asked if I knew anything about the knobs here and getting the knobs to turn. They said theirs are stiff. I don't ever get manuals for these as far as service manuals, but when I work on a sewing machine, I just get started and open them up and take a look around. So I guess we will pop open the white and see if there's anything obvious about why those knobs might get stuck. So there's 2 screws here, and I think that one just holds this piece in, but that screw looks like it holds more of this plastic top cover in. And there's no there wasn't a screw hiding behind the nose cover. So there's the top tray out. 1, 2, 3 screws to get that out. And now we've got I'm gonna spin my, there we go, make sure that's going. And now it's time to just peer in here. Let me see if I can move the camera a little bit. Alright, now these are the 2 knobs. This front one is stitch length, and the outside knob is the width. And as you can see on top here, the stitch width knob moves this lever here. That lever is connected on the left hand side. You see it connects here and onto the needle bar, and that's how it gets the stitch width. It is connected on a bar in here because the cam stack for this machine is on the back side here, down underneath. Let's see now, can I get, there we go. There's the cam stack on this machine. The Kenmore I just did had this cam stack sitting up here where my hand is, but this one is down inside the machine like that. So the stitch length adjustment, this knob here, I think when we turn it up, yes, there is a spot. Let's see if we can look. Yep, you can barely see there. That moving. Maybe I can get the camera to focus in there at some point. We'll try in a second. Anyhow, so the lever that's down in there that we can barely see in this space goes down below and adjusts the movement of the feed dogs for the stitch length. So let's see about moving the camera again for a different set. So there's another panel on the end here. So I'll just pop this off because it is a lot easier to work on machines from the top and side than to flip, especially the free arm kind of ones like this on the back. So this panel is normally just for access to the motor belt, but as we can see, there's a lot of stuff in here. I suppose I could clean this while I'm in here. I don't even know what this yellow fuzz is. I will wipe that out before I put this cover back on. But we can see this is our stitch length arm, and it moves this assembly here, and then our width doesn't really show anything from this angle, but this is the inside knob for the stitch length. And when it moves, it should be moving this assembly here. And that set screw there is one of the stops for the stitch length to get 0. Nope. That's our maximum stitch length setting. And then there's another set screw on the inside arm there. That's our 0 setting. So when we turn the knob to 0, and then this, both of those buttons are for the selector knob on the stitch control cam. Okay. Well, these both need to be freely moving for your stitch control to work for length. So if I had a machine, if this machine was stuck on these two knobs, let's move the camera again. Alright, so we did our exploration. Got the outer knob here. This one, if it was stiff and I couldn't get it to move, I would start. You can see it moving up and sliding down there. There is an arm behind here and a slide lower in. I'd oil that up and make sure that that's moving while looking in from the top here, because that's going to be the main mechanism that sticks for the left to right movement on the needle. And then for the inner knob here with the stitch length, we've got the two parts that we saw inside on the cam stack that wiggle, and then the next place would be on the bottom of the machine here. There are several screws, but this plate has one, two, three, 4. And I don't know if that's enough to get the bottom off so we can see where the we did get movement there. Alright, so 4 big fat screws. And let's see if it's these 2 that will loosen this. Well, that seems like it might be it. The good news is this machine seems to be using the same style of screw for each panel, so the 6 bottom screws that I took out are all the same. And there's more of that yellow foam remains in here, but I don't know what that's from, but we'll wipe that out while we're in here. And keep setting parts aside, and the stitch length knob, we can turn it, and right here, that is our stitch length control. So that's 0, and then it comes down for 4, and as the machine turns, that rocks back and forth. So, if your stitch length isn't moving, you need to take the bottom off and check this bar here to make sure it's been lubricated and not binding. And you could also get this bottom piece. There should be one. Oh, there's one more screw in here that will take this next panel off, I believe. Yep. So this is the filthy door, because I use this machine a lot, and so it's got tons of lint in it. I forgot to unzoom that. Alright. Well, one more screw in the bottom of this panel here. And even more lint. But, the stitch length control, you can see, continues to move this and moves the big bar for that. And this machine has a quarter gear to rotate the bobbin hook. So, and then this lever here is the main action for the feed dogs, and then this lever attenuates that action. So this is the one that would be stuck if the knob for your stitch length doesn't turn. And if you have an issue with your feed dogs being up or down, this is where this selector knob here has this hole, and it just pushes this pin over to hold the drive off of the feed dogs and drop them down. And then when you let it go, it just releases, so that the next time the machine comes around, it'll pop back into place where it belongs. So that's that. And since I have this so very far apart, I will clean the lint out of it again. Which I just made my job a bajillion times harder because I didn't check. My needle was up and I popped the retainer for the hook off before I pulled the bobbin case out, because it's just one of those days when you're not really thinking about stuff. But so yeah, when you disassemble the bottom end of the machine, it's important to take the bobbin case out first before you pull the hook out. So, alright, well, hopefully that is a helpful tour of where to possibly look for why those why those two knobs aren't turning. And I am going to go find my cleaning brush and clean this before I reassemble it.